Thanks for joining me tonight on Coach ATV for this inaugural launch on International Women's Day. We're going to be talking about the growth of sports in women's participation. There has been a remarkable journey in celebrating the growth of women's sports. From humble beginnings to record-breaking achievements, women's sports have come a long, long way. Let's take a look at the incredible progress made over the years tonight. And that's in the early years, starting from 1960s to 1980s. In the 1960s, women's sports were largely overlooked. And then there were a few opportunities for women to participate in sports. And so that allowed us to traditionally participate mostly in tennis and gymnastics. However, pioneers like Billie Jean King and Wilma Rudolph paved the way for future generations. Title IX and the rise of women's sports in the 1990s to 2000s is where we really saw a significant turning point in the introduction of Title IX, the federal law that was passed requiring women's sports to be have equal opportunities in education and athletics. So this led to the explosion of the number of female athletes that increased by over 500%. Yes, 500% between 1971 and 2001. Then we saw the rise of professional leagues and increased visibility in the 2000s to present. And yours truly, I was definitely playing in the golden years, in which in the 2000s, I was named to the All Decades Southland Women's Conference history of women that played in that program. But even on a higher scale, we saw the launch of women's professional sports teams like the WNBA, the WUSA, NWHL, and these leagues provided women with opportunities to compete at the highest increased visibility for women's sports today. And so we are now more popular than ever with record-breaking TV ratings, attendance, and participation numbers. Current and state future directions, I would assume, are that we'll see an even greater increase, right? According to Women's Sports, there are over 3.6 million girls participating in high school sports in 2020, and we are still seeing this increase while we're becoming more diverse with increased participation of color and women with disabilities. We're excited to experience this. No other night to be able to highlight this nominal growth in women's sports, thanks to our future generation in basketball, specifically with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And so now we are seeing more inclusivity and equitable sports for all women and girls around the world. That's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in to Coach ATV. We'll be back with more segments like these, empowering all.